Now, joining us in the studio for more on the WAEC digital platform is the head national office of WAEC, Mr. Patrick Arehan. It's a pleasure to have you on the program today.
It's a pleasure.
Indeed. So, I mean, quite exciting times we're in an ever-changing world. I just listened to you just before we went on the break. You talked about this new digital platform. And one thing that caught my attention is the fact that you said this platform was launched, to meet, a constant demand, in a changing world. And so what message, were you trying to pass exactly?
Quite interesting times. Thank you very much for having me here.
Indeed.
At 70,
yeah.
One can say a man has become a full-blown adult.
Indeed.
Today, WAEC is 70 plus. And it will not be proper, it will not be acceptable to continue to do things the way we have been doing them. So there is a continuous evolution. And in this digital age, the millennial child, there is the need to respond to his technological lifestyle. Yeah. And that is what WAEC is currently doing. Today, if you see the millennial child, they're always with their phones, pressing it up and down. In the world of assessment and certification, what we are used to is the paper certificate, the physical certificate that we all carry about. Sometimes we don't even know where we kept them. Sometimes you're unlucky. Fire gusts your house, God forbid. Sometimes there is flooding. Many people are going to lose their certificates right now because of the heavy flooding that is taking place all over the Federation. Yeah. Sometimes the certificates could be eaten up by termites. Sometimes you are traveling on the way. One could be involved in an accident.
And obviously,
and on and on and on and on.
Technology solves all of these problems.
So technology has come to solve all this. So this is the big one. We are just trying to react to the technological age, to the demands of the present or the modern world. That is why WAEC has deemed it necessary to introduce this device called the WAEC Digital Certificate. And there is a platform for it. So when you lose your certificate, it would have been a miracle. Only God can bring it back. Because WAEC does not issue a certificate twice. The best we can give you is what we call attestation of result. It is not a certificate, but it's like a certificate.
But at least it covers,
it covers
for the lost one.
But if you want to recover your original certificate in its original form, undiluted form, this has come to solve it. Right. So is it not a miracle?
Well, it is a miracle. And again, one of the things I was even also looking at, when I was looking at, the platform and all of that, I'm made to understand that, the available results there right now are from 1999, till date. So what happens to, the previous ones? Yeah. And at what costs, will this be available to?
Beautiful. Yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day. If you calculate the number of years now from 1999 to date, that's quite long. We are working on 1970 now to 1998. Okay. So from 1970 to 1998, latest February next year, by the special grace of God, those certificate owners will be able to access them. We are not going to look at 69 downwards. You would agree with me that anybody that wrote his or her exam in 1969 will be about 70-something years of age now. With due respect to age, I don't think such people need their certificates again. So we should just allow them to make do with their analog certificates.
Indeed.
And
so at what cost is this coming?
Yes, it's very cheap. For example, as I was saying just now, if you lose your certificate and we are giving you what we call attestation of result right now, you pay 60,000 naira. Because this certificate is not cheap. You have to import the blank certificate from abroad and then print it before you issue. But right now, with this digital certificate, to just access it, you pay only 7,500 naira.
Wow.
We are not after the money. We want to bring our services closer to the doorsteps of the Nigerian child. We want to improve our service delivery. We want to announce ourselves on the big stage. WAEC, Nigeria, is the biggest examining body all over the world because of the Nigerian population. Over 200 million people. So we just want to put smiles on the faces of everybody. So to access it, you pay 7,500 naira. If you want to share, Like you gain admission to a university.
Yeah.
They say, bring your credentials.
Yes.
You can stay at home. You don't need to travel. You just send your credentials. Like people going to Canada, going to the UK to study, there is this Western Education Service that will normally request candidates to come to WAEC to get their confirmation of result. Yeah. It will be sent to them by courier. You have to pay for all these services.
I'm pretty much already getting excited about this beautiful technology.
Beautiful.
But, yeah, before we run out of time, what steps would people go through, to have access to this?
Quite simple. You just create an account.
Okay. So you have to go to a website.
On the platform, www.waec.org. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So you create an account on the platform with a means of identification, because nobody else can have access to your certificate. So when you create an account...
So this is also like another level of security.
Oh, beautiful. You see, they call it firewalls around. We will get to that. Yeah. It cannot be hacked. So once you create an account, there's a wallet. You put some money in your wallet. You pay this 7,500 naira. And then you access it. Then when you want to share it, you pay 3,500 to send it to the university or to the organization where you want to take up employment. Yeah. And when it gets to the university, all universities, tertiary institutions are going to hook up. They can do bulk confirmation. They can do individual confirmation. So when the student, the prophetic student, sends his or her certificate to them, they on their own will access their wallet. They are expected to also have an account, so they cannot confirm what this candidate is sending to us.
Is
it genuine? Is it authentic? And they just confirm it seamlessly without recourse to WAEC. And everything is from the WAEC database. It's not coming from any computer. It's not coming from any other source. From the WAEC database.
That must be a lot of storage you guys are having, being on the cloud or but manually. But one of the fears that's security on one part, but on the other part, in this, it now happens that this month is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So, what platforms, what firewalls do you have in place to ensure that cyber threats, are not one of the things that would, make this hard work, beautiful work, water it down pretty much?
Thank you very much. I will not disclose the type of firewalls we have
Absolutely.
Now, but I will just tell you that we have impregnable doors that cannot be opened by anybody.
Yeah.
And there are different layers of security, different servers. You see, the front end, that is what people hack. But we have a lot of back ends. You cannot penetrate the front end, not to talk of the back ends. And if you are able to penetrate the front end, you don't know how many back ends we have. Have you ever heard of anybody, hacking into WAEC result base?
Well,
it has never happened.
Never happened, yeah. So, but, because I'm worried. The
result is the precursor of certificates.
Indeed.
So if you cannot hack the result, you cannot hack the certificate.
True. It's
as simple as that.
Indeed. So, pretty much, we call this precautionary measures. So you don't want to, what's it called? You don't want to be hit first before, you don't want to be reactive, so to speak now. So, what informed the decision, to put all of this in place? But let's say, were you looking ahead? Were you looking at the fact that, it's likely to happen? Because some would have said, we would have looked at cost, because I know it's a lot of money to employ cybersecurity, measures in your organization. So, you didn't look at the cost. You didn't look at, what was the driving.
WAEC is a very responsible and responsive examining body. We are here to serve the Nigerian child. You see, the vision of WAEC to be a world-class examining body, adding value to the educational goals of its stakeholders. But today, it's changing. It's not just a world class, but a technology-driven examination body. And what is our mission? To remain Africa's foremost examining body. To remain. Conducting qualitative and reliable assessment. Now, we are responding to the needs of the society. Universities are finding it difficult confirming the results of candidates. They admit students, they give them fake results. they had to resort to WAEC to be able to confirm the results.
Yeah, well,
and then candidates lose their results, just as I said earlier.
On. I think this is a good point to end the conversation. You've pretty much explained everything about this new digital platform. And first of all, happy 70th anniversary.
Thank you very much.
And also, perhaps maybe when you're 71, we'll bring you back again and see what developments
so
you've
that we
made.
can have a longer period to discuss issues.
Hopefully. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick Arehani, the head of National Office of WAEC. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
joining
for
us
having
and
me.
telling
It's a
us
pleasure.
about this.
Thank you.
Of course.